All right, hello, fellow fans out there. I just want to address some of the things I'm hearing. I've been listening to the rumors like you guys have out there about how, if Palpatine lives, okay, that somehow negates what Anakin did. That he it ruined the whole plot. Okay, that's one of the things I'm going to take up right now. Let me take that up first because I'm going to think about that one first. Put it this way: you and your father, you don't get along for 20 plus years. Those of you with Irish Catholic fathers know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, you guys don't get along for 20 years. Suddenly, a villain comes into town. And even though your father maybe didn't like you, he loved you, but he didn't like you. This villain, for some reason, is able to sit and zap you and essentially kill you, or has the ability to kill you. And you make the decision not to save your own life, but to go ahead and jump in front of these, for example, the Sith lightning. You jump in front of that. You take the death planned for your son. The fact that your son survived because of what you did, the very fact that the guy who was trying to kill you survived, has nothing to do with the act. Who cares if the guy got killed who was trying to kill your son or was arrested later? The bottom line was the sacrifice was there. The person who he didn't have to kill the Emperor for Anakin to sacrifice his life. He essentially gave his life for his son. Okay, kind of a biblical thing there. But think about it. So when you're saying that, well, if Palpatine didn't die, then his thing was all in a waste. It wasn't a waste. He did save Luke. He didn't kill the Emperor, but he did save Luke. Okay? So it doesn't negate the sacrifice that he made. Okay? First of all. Number two, the whole thing about, well, how did Palpatine come back? Did anyone wonder why, when anyone else was throwing down shafts, and, both the first, second, and of course the third Star Wars books, books 4, 5, and 6, obviously, when Luke fell in Bespin and fell all the way down, okay, caught on a thing and lived, fell through the garbage thing, and then was able to, contact Carrie, Princess Leia, and they went back and got him. Okay? Even though Lando couldn't understand, nobody could understand, he did it. Okay, when he was thrown, as we know, as the Emperor was thrown down into the pit, quote unquote, you saw him go down, and then you saw these blue, almost like a wormhole effect. And which just happens, with lightning and blueness. Isn't that what we're seeing about this world of Exegol, where Palpatine has been hiding out? So, as he's falling, he's opening a portal. And this is if you go for the non-clone theory. Let's just go by the, whatever's up. So you see, and it's in a circle, and it comes up. Everyone else hits some 6-foot body is going to make the reactor go. That's ridiculous. Okay, that'd be like me hitting a squirrel with a Mack truck. Okay, it's not going to cause anything but a little bit of blood on my tire. Okay, so the idea that Palpatine couldn't survive that fall, and then he went into a warp which took him to Exegol, which just happens to have lightning and blue circles in it very believable. Okay? So, and because a lot of people are saying, well, I mean, I love Doomcock. I listen to him all the time. Great guy. Listen to some of the other guys, kind of the cucks out there. And they're saying, oh, well, this is how it ruins it, how the Emperor comes back and, ruins all it can. No, it doesn't. Not when you look at it that way. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I'm going to see this movie is because of me hearing Palpatine's laugh at the end of the first thing. You saw the YouTube reactions. All these people are saying, oh, this is going to blow it. That's the only reason half the people I know are going to see it. Okay? Is because of Palpatine's return. This is the most powerful Sith that ever existed. He was able to manipulate a whole republic. Through manipulation, he was able to make clones. He was able to make an army without anyone knowing. The Jedi didn't even know. Okay? And who could defeat him? Luke tried, failed. Now, if we're going to go canon and stuff like that, Luke tried and failed. Okay? Yoda couldn't do it. And basically, Yoda told him, you are not strong enough. He told you Obi-Wan, when Obi-Wan was at his prime, you are not strong enough. Yoda couldn't beat him. And everyone says, well, what about Mace Windu? Okay, well, I know George Lucas later said, well, no, Mace Windu did win. That was a fair and square battle, but even when he got kicked and he dropped his lightsaber and Palpatine was falling back, how quickly he could have dispatched his lightning before he even hit the ground. He could have had Mace on it and had him down before he even knew what the heck was going on. Okay? If you notice, while he is being quote-unquote beaten by Mace, if you watch Palpatine's eyes, they're not looking at Mace. They're looking over at like to see Anakin's response. Like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Much like in Tombstone. Remember in Tombstone, at the battle at the OK Corral, where everyone's it's going to look at like it's going to calm down. No one's going to get hurt. And then, of course, Doc Holliday singles out that one guy and goes like that. And then Kurt Russell sees the guy, his eyes go. And he goes, oh my God, because he knew what was coming next. Okay? So keep those things in mind when people are trying to, say that, well, this is going to ruin it and, oh, this is going against canon and all this other crap. That's not what it is at all. Think outside of the box, people. This was a guy who single-handedly overthrew the Republic. Single-handedly. Using other people's greed, misdirection, okay? And the idea of going against Rey, I understand the whole Mary Sue thing. I get that. And yes, it should have been explained earlier of her bloodline. Because honestly, I never did believe Skywalker was a family name. It was a name given to Force-sensitive people. They were called Skywalkers. Okay? And no one ever said that the Skywalkers were more powerful than the Palpatines. We don't know enough about Palpatine, and no, I do not read EU. So if you guys can correct me on this and want to drop me a line, by all means. But, I mean, Palpatine was literally a guy, like, to quote for The Hunt for Red October, who didn't take a plan without a dump. Okay? So the idea that he will be taken by surprise, it's not buying. I don't think there's any other way this could have happened. But please, enough of the whole, well, this totally ruins Anakin's sacrifice. No, it doesn't. His sacrifice paid off. Luke's still alive. What do you care what happens to the other guy? The sacrifice was to protect Luke, not kill Palpatine. Okay? Now, Darth Vader probably thought that throwing him off the thing would do that. Okay, two birds with one stone. But he was wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that he put his son's life before him, and that's why he was redeemed, not whether the Emperor lived or died. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, I'd like to hear them. Let me hear what you have to say about this. All right? And if you want to drop a line, I don't do all that subscriber stuff. This is my first YouTube video, actually, but I just thought I had to say something about it, okay? So, looking forward to seeing you guys. Enjoy the last couple weeks here. It's coming up. All right? I'll see you then. Take it easy.